I was 27 years old and 40 days when I reached the South Pole in January 2019. The journey took me a bit more than 50 days, 51 days exactly, and I took a route starting from a point called Hercules Inlet all the way to the geographic South Pole. For my expedition, I was unassisted and unsupported. Unassisted means that I was only using my power to go to the South Pole. I didn't use any kind of kite to propel myself or any kind of dogs to reach the South Pole. I was skiing all the way. And unsupported means that I didn't have any kind of food caches on the way. I was dragging all my supplies and all my equipment and all my food all the way to the pole from the start to the finish. In terms of equipment, I was dragging everything in a big sled. Actually, I had 115 kilograms of supply and gear I was dragging. Most of it was food. Actually, maybe 70 kilos was food, like chocolate, like dehydrated food and energy snacks. And the rest was gear. I was dragging a tent, a sleeping bag, a stove to melt the snow, and things like this to camp in the wild. When you do a solo expedition in Antarctica, the biggest dangers are crevasses, which are big holes in the snow, and the wind, because the wind will make the cold feel colder.
Fin de la journée 27, il y a une poudreuse insensée et j'avance pas du tout. C'est absolument pas normal qu'il y ait autant de poudreuse.
If I said I didn't feel lonely, I think I would be lying because I was by myself for 50 days. 50 days is a long time. It's about 7 weeks, nearly 2 months by myself. So there was lonely times, but I cherished them in the sense that it was for me an experience to have all this solitude for myself, and I found it pretty interesting.
Puisque aujourd'hui est le jour où je vais changer de caleçon. Et ça, c'est une bonne chose parce que, évidemment, je n'ai qu'un seul caleçon de rechange.
The clothing, I didn't drag so much stuff with me because I didn't have access to a shower. So I was unfortunately carrying the same clothes every day. I was using wet wipes sometimes, so I would wash with wet wipes. I would brush my teeth daily, but doing more than that was difficult, so I didn't wash. So my record of no showering is 51 days, and I'm quite proud of it.
Je fais une petite pause là, il est 11h du matin. Ça caille pas mal aujourd'hui là, il y a du vent. Ah, j'ai froid aux doigts là.
For food and drink, it's something special because when you are in Antarctica, it's like being in a freezer. It's minus 0 degrees Celsius all the time, so everything freezes instantly. So most of my food was dehydrated or wasn't containing any kind of water or liquids. Everything was quite dry, and when I was eating my dinner, it was a dehydrated meal, so I would put some boiling water in the dinner and I would stir it, and then it would like make a normal hot meal. The average temperature during the austral summer, it depends where you are in Antarctica. So when I started, the temperature was quite okay to deal with. It was maybe between minus 10 and minus 15. And by the time I was progressing to the South Pole, I was going higher and higher, and the temperature got colder and colder. So maybe in average, by the time I was close to the pole, it was maybe minus 25, minus 30 degrees Celsius.
Regarde-moi ça, mon pote. Ça y est, première fois qu'il y a du soleil depuis le début de l'expé. Il y a des montagnes au loin, j'en verrai pas beaucoup pendant l'aventure. Je viens de monter ma tente, je vais aller dîner. Il fait chaud, il fait beau, il n'y a pas trop de vent. Et là c'est bien, là c'est carrément bien.
The arrival at the South Pole is a very emotional moment because obviously it was the end of 51 days walking solo in an extreme environment. It was a whirlwind of emotions, lots of pride as well to arrive there and be the first French and the youngest in the world to achieve this expedition.
Allô maman, c'est Mathieu. Bah j'y suis. Ouais, ça y est, j'y suis. Ouais, je vous entends bien.
It feels incredible to be a Guinness World Record holder. Like I would never have dreamed of being a World Guinness Records holder before. It just turned out that I was the youngest doing this expedition. I didn't plan really to be the youngest, but it just turned out like this. So I'm super happy, I'm super excited, I'm super proud. I wish that some people would break this record because in my opinion records are here to be broken.